Stop. I'm still eating my beef stick. So, last video y'all watched, I mentioned that I hit that pothole and almost tipped the truck over. Well, I'm at the receiver, okay? And I just got a red light, and then it turned green immediately, which tells me they said nope. So I get here like 15 minutes to spare, okay? I cut it fucking close. I pull in. Guard shack is like this little ass thing. There, I asked somebody, like, hey, what's going on? Can I, like, where's the fucking guard shack at? And they're like, oh, they don't take outside people until 6 o'clock in the morning. So I go out, I turn around, and I fucking park, and I wait 10 minutes for the guard shack to open up at 6. I get there at 6. They give me a door right away. Great. She gives me the bolt cutters to cut the big ass bolt cutter knot thing off the back of the truck. And I crack the doors open, and one of my load locks has fallen. Oh, fuck. That's them. They called to tell me that I'm going to need a lumper service to come out and get the truck unloaded. So that's most likely going to come out of my pay, because I don't think that there's a lumper service for this facility. I didn't need a lumper service at the other one in Houston, so I assume that they saw the back and they're like, nah, we don't want to mess with that. So this is an outside company that's got to come here and unload it. So that answered my question. So now I gotta wait for them to get here and then tell me like what the damage is, you know, how much it's gonna cost for that. So I bet I'm gonna have to most likely have to get with dispatch and tell them, hey, you know, there's gonna be a lumper associated with this load, and I'm sure they're gonna deduct that. I'm sure, I don't know, actually. This is my first time ever happening to me, so definitely a learning experience for me and something that you guys can take with you. If you do happen to come to Prime and this happens, shit's gonna happen. You're gonna fucking hit potholes. People are gonna swerve into your lane. You're gonna have to make a judgment call and jerk your wheel or some shit, and you could potentially cause a load to shift in the back. Load locks obviously weren't enough. 2 of them weren't enough to keep them. They didn't fall forward. They didn't fall backward. They didn't fall forward. They fell to the sides. And that's because of the way they stacked it in the back. They had all the cases side by side, right, next to each other, all the way up towards the front of the truck, and then right there near the rear, right before that 48-foot sign in the back of the trailer, they had 2 standalone pallets right here, and then there was about, I don't know, 2 feet on each side of those pallets with room, because they had an uneven amount of beer, I guess, to put back there. So, oh man, excuse me. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I was talking to my buddy, the guy I was supposed to fucking train. I talk to him every day, and I was talking about, I better not get superpowers when I'm in traffic or some shit, like, cause I'd be a villain. Like, I imagine myself, you know, somebody cuts me off or whatever. I mean, it's not obviously it's never gonna happen, but like, if it did happen, the first time would definitely be by accident, because I'm like, good, like I smashed the car and then I grab it and I fucking throw it off the road, like, you stupid mother. Oh man, I was yeah, you get bored, dude, when you're driving, you know, like, there's only so much fucking music you just listen to. There's only so much patience that I have to try to listen to new music. And then I'm like, I'm burnt out. I'm like, all right, this all sucks. I mean, there's only so much of this shit. You know, I'm clicking skip on my steering wheel to listen to something else, and it's like, dude, this fucking music sucks. There's so much. It's like TV. Remember back in the day, you're like, God, there's nothing to watch. Now there's literally thousands of channels. There's nothing to fucking watch still. And everything now, like, I'm so jaded and like with the world and how it works, and like everything has to be fucking monetized. I monetize my own shit. Every act somebody does, you got to pay for it in some way. Advertisement, watching, money. nothing's ever free anymore. And like, oh man, like all these fucking people out here like, oh, you know, you're 40 years old. Like, I think I watched somebody's video where they're like, somebody was complaining like, oh, you're 40 years old, still living at home on your mom's couch. Dude, back, say when my grandmother was in her prime and she was working, dude, she made enough money to buy a house at my age. Okay? The price of everything's fucking going up, and wages are still at the bottom. That just now, when people are realizing like the stimulus checks were giving money that they were made, that they, like for instance, my wife's sister, she was a fucking hostess at some fucking restaurant somewhere, making nothing, like literally maybe a waitress's wage, and she split the tips probably with all the waiters and waitresses that night. You know what I mean? She'd get a percentage of all the tips that they got. I don't know. That's how it worked at Joe's Crab Shack, from what I understand. I've never been a waiter or a waitress, but not that I'm dogging it or anything. But she worked as that, making that minuscule amount of money, and she was getting fucking like, I don't know, $3,000-$4,000 a month from the government. Why would she? And she hadn't even worked there for years, even like maybe within the year. So making all that fucking money, it's just her is that case. I can only imagine everybody else. Like, we're not making enough money now. We're having to suck the government's teeth to make anything. You know what I mean? To get help. I had to get Salvation Army to pay my fucking rent at one point. Like, they're not the government. Of course, they're run by the church and shit. But, like, still, like, I had to find help. Like, my wife is trying to get on, like, government assistance and food stamps and shit to help, because it's just, it's difficult nowadays, man. It's impossible. Apartments are the same fucking rent as houses now, and they're in shittier situations. You know, like, I can never live in a fucking apartment again. I never want to. I mean, but if I had to, I would. But I definitely want a house. I want to live in a house. I don't want to live in a fucking apartment. I don't want to live in a trailer. You know, like, unless it was like a double wide on some land, maybe. And not one that was freshly built, not one that's been used, and like, you know, the plywood's starting to bend and there's holes in the floor and shit like that. Fucking walls are all nasty. No, I can't do all that. You know, I'm at the point in my life where I want nice shit. I want to have nice things. I want to be able to come home to a nice house. I want to be able to come home to nice vehicles. I have nice vehicles. I've got a decent house. It's a very nice house. It's the nicest house I've ever been in. $1,700 a fucking month. It better be fucking nice. They just fixed the plumbing, so now it's livable. For like 2 months, we couldn't use our master bathroom. So I could never go back to IT. I could never go back to making only $50,000, $60,000 a year. I couldn't. There's no fucking way. I got too many goddamn kids. I have to do this. I have to truck. You know, I have to be out here or find something equivalent to where I could make fucking $10,000 a month. You know what I mean? Like, $7,000 if we count taking the taxes out. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know how the hell I got off onto that shit. But now I'm gonna be here a minute. I'm nervous about what the lumper's gonna cost. And yeah, I guess I should get with dispatch and see what the hell they gotta say about it. This will likely go up after everything's said and done, so I should probably wait and fill y'all in the last bit of this video with what happened. So I guess I'll do that. So we're gonna fucking flip it over. Alright, well, the guys came and the lumper was basically to fix the damaged pack. They wanted to repack everything, and everything was good. So nothing got really damaged, it just got shifted. So I paid $250 for them to restack it and rewrap it for me. And now they gotta unload me. So that could take some time. It's already 9 o'clock. I've been here since 6:30. I don't even know if I'm gonna get detention for this. There's just a lot of crap. Anyways, they don't have a restroom, so that's awesome. You know, no restroom here. And the guy that fixed it came to my truck and he's like, "Yeah, man, have you been here before?" I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Man, they take some time. They take like 4, 5, 6 hours to get you unloaded." So I was like, "Well, shit. Well, they take so damn long, and there's no fucking bathrooms here." So Whatever. Anyways, it's all good now. I'm gonna go back to playing some games. I'm gonna upload this video, and we'll see how it goes. Remember, just ladies, love, hate, fucking ready, take care, and I'll see you on another time.